Provenance drums are made from repurposed materials with a historical past. Each shell has a story to tell. A Rolls-Royce Merlin, an aircraft carrier, a Jaguar sports car. Some of the materials used to make Provenance shells. Tom Meadows has a couple. The first was made especially for the Kylie Minogue Aphrodite World Tour and was cast aluminium from a 1962 Bentley S2 V8 engine. The second was stave built using white American oak taken from a malt whisky barrel from the Jura distillery in Scotland. The American Todd Sucherman also has a couple. The first was cast aluminium from a 1973 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow V8 engine. The second was stave built using Purple Heart that was once part of the West Pier at Brighton. As a student he visited Brighton and is a big fan of Quadrophenia. Sherris Osei has the Black Beauty, made from cast aluminium off a 1944 Rolls-Royce Merlin V12 Aero engine, and it's finished in black. Emily Dolan Davis has a stave-built snare made from Luan, timber off the flight deck of the Ark Royal aircraft carrier R07. This is a 14x4 10 lug and it's rolled steel taken from the side panel of a 1962 Type 2 VW panel van with the original patina on the outside. On the inside it's still under sealed, which kind of softens the tone a little bit, but being steel it's very bright. Being a piccolo it's very responsive and totally unique. I love it. This is the hydrogen snare. It's 13x4.5 and it's made from a block that was taken off a Thames barge, the rigging chock, and it's a solid shell. There's no joins. It's been carved from a solid block, which is why it's 13, because I couldn't get a 14 out of the block. Despite its size, it has a very deep and rich tone, punching well above its weight. This one is cast aluminium, and it's been cast from the wheel of an F4 Phantom jet fighter from RAF Watersham in Suffolk. It's 14x5.5, it's got 10 tube lugs, Dunnet strainer, it's quite heavy and has a huge dynamic range, very bright and sensitive, yet versatile. This is a remarkable snare. It's been cast from a Merlin that was on a Mosquito bomber during the Second World War, a Rolls-Royce Merlin. It's cast aluminium, 5.25 by 14, 8 tube lug, a huge dynamic range, very bright and sensitive, yet versatile. Works extremely well live and in the studio. This is the SS Pigou snare. It's stave built using teak that was salvaged from the wreck of the SS Pigou that went down in 1917 off the Irish coast, torpedoed by a German U-boat. It was salvaged in 2011 from the ocean floor for the Cutty Sark renovation, but it wasn't used for that in the end. But I managed to get hold of some and made this unique snare. Provenance. All these snares and others can be seen in the gallery page on our website, www.provenancedrums.com.
Hi, Todd Sucherman here yet again with another recording session tour. Today we're working with the same client from yesterday in Los Angeles with my trusty engineer J.R. Taylor here. This particular track today has a sort of an English vibe, and I know that's vague, but I've been inspired to pull out a couple of special snare drums. So let's have a look and see what we have chosen especially for this track today. We're recording the entire tom arsenal from the 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, all the way down to the 20 gong drum. So that's going to be fun. And these two snare drums, well, I have a nice array of English snare drums, including a 8x14 Premier Black Shadow 1986 Mel Gaynor style, and 3 Van Cleef drums. But these are made by a company called Provenance in England, and they make drums out of special materials. This is the Victorian age Purple Heart decking from the West Pier in Brighton, England. And if you're a fan of The Who or Quadrophenia, you know that the West Pier was in part of the story and a part of the photo book. So that's where this shell comes from. This one is aluminum, which is machined out of the V8 cylinder head of a 1973 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. So this is tuned higher, this is tuned lower. So we have a variance between the two sounds, and the main groove of the song is kind of like... And then we're going to get the 6-inch drum involved and some of these weird special effects cymbals. There's another section which is kind of going to go like a trippy Middle Eastern psychedelic. And we're going to record maybe a talking drum, a clay udu drum, maybe a doumbek over that. And we'll have some fun experimenting with that. But also, by the way, real quick, the Sabian cymbals I have up here, I'm sort of artisan crazy. Artisan hi-hats, 18, 20, 22 artisan crashes, and this is an artisan raw bell ride. Artisans are just beautiful for recording. So I hope you're enjoying these recording studio tours. I appreciate your comments. Official Todd Zuckerman Facebook and toddzuckerman.com. Thanks for watching.
Hey, said, hey, I'd give you anything if you'd only love me, yeah.